taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My brony and anime fans alike. This is the Ninja Reviewer here. Time for another exciting review of My Little Pony Season 7, Episode 15 review. This week's episode of Friendship is Magic. Wow. So, I will get to my overall thoughts of the episode, but when it comes to the premise, oh boy, it's another Spike episode.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Not again.
Yep. So because of that, we are getting another Spike episode. So whatever it is. So now people are like, oh no, it's a Spike episode. It's automatically gonna suck, right? Well, actually, to be honest with you, my overall thoughts I will get to after I pretty much describe what the episode's about. So this episode is pretty much about Spike inviting Amber for this special event which is going on to actually bring. So it's pretty much for her to actually get to know the actual world of Equestria, of the pony side, rather than just, you know, the dragons, to see like how they live, how their friendship is, you know, developed and stuff like that. So that way her dealings with friendship could be even better. So that way she can actually make peace with other nations around Equestria, not just for the dragons. And possibly the changelings too. It could possibly happen as well. So, well, maybe, depending if there really isn't no big war like Spike is predicting it will happen. So, we will see on that. So, meanwhile, Spike pretty much fucked up himself by basically not only inviting Amber, but also THORAX as well, which he didn't realize, I guess, what day it was between the two of them, maybe? Now, that imagination scene where Spike was thinking all-out war was going to happen, and when we saw the Earth explode, I'm like, yeah, that was cool. I'm like, whoa, like, okay, so some wild-ass imagination Spike had. But can you imagine if they're that strong to destroy planet? I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. There is no way that will be possible. There is no way that would work. Are you kidding me? There is no way. Because the thing is that, yeah, true, they are really strong when it comes to both sides. However, I don't think they have the capacity to destroy an entire planet. I highly doubt that. If they were planet destroyers, I mean, okay, maybe the dragons is a possibility, because there are a lot of dragons, you know, within that area. So it makes sense that maybe they could be planet destroyers as well. Maybe, just maybe, they could be, maybe, on some ethical level. But I doubt it. If you want to talk planet destroyer, talk about THORAX, man. THORAX. The Kaido of the MLP universe right there. Yeah, like, bring him back. Come on. Bring him back. Bring my boy back. Bring THORAX back. Come on. It's been way too long since we had THORAX back. Come on. Speaking of which, though, the funny story behind this, the original episode's plot was actually fake. How it was supposed to be Chrysalis, THORAX, and for some reason... No. It was supposed to be Chrysalis and other old foes that they faced. Now, that was the old plot to this episode, but unfortunately, that got debunked, and it was fake. Now, if this was this episode, it would be much higher on the list. But, you know, when it comes to this episode, let's just focus on the task at hand. So, Spike pretty much doesn't know how to handle the situation. He thinks that everything's just going to go wrong if they meet each other. When obviously, he could have thought of the good possibilities. Like, the advice he was given to the other ponies during the whole, trying to figure out the whole friendship problem. Oh! Let's talk about that, by the way. The CUTIE map. What in God's name was that all about?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What
Yeah,
the fuck is that?
I did not get that. So, Yeah, that's really confusing. Yo, what the hell? That's like really weird how the map just suddenly called Spike. I don't know if this is supposed to be some kind of ass pull that we did not get, which I believe it's an ass pull to the story. So it's either one, it works for just about any species, or number two, it's just a plot device. So that's where I have to give the episode points down, because out of nowhere's land, we got the cutie map that Spike, in other words, Twilight and Starlight explained, or at least Starlight explained, that the problem was created thanks to Spike. So it triggered the map, which again is very odd, because unless it's just for the main cast of the show, like, you know, not just the main six. We did see an example of this with Starlight, how it did call to her even though she wasn't part of the main six. Well, at least not yet anyway. But still, you pretty much get what I mean though. It's very, very strange. It's very, very odd. So again, trying to make those connections are just a little bit too hard, which again, it was so confusing. I'm like, it's random but it was random as shit though. It's like, how in God's name could we actually, like, how does this even work? So, but he doesn't even have a cutie mark. That's the one thing that didn't even get me. I don't know. I mean, it's very mind-boggling, at least to me, that Spike basically can actually get summoned by the map because he created the problem. But he's not even a pony. And number two, he doesn't have a cutie mark, and he's not part of the main clique. So how does this even make any sense? I have no idea. So points off for that, for not even explaining any kind of thing. I mean, unless, what's next? Is the map gonna summon Lyra and Bon next or something? Like, I'm telling you, if it summons every other pony in this series, then it's got to be a plot device map. Forget about cutie marks, forget about that. It's all plot device. And honestly, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess we can go with that, sure, but at the same time, it's such an ass pull that they did to that. So, moving on from that, the second thing that bothered me about the episode was the fact that Spike really could have just solved the problem like he was doing with the other ponies. Instead of just panicking, it's because it's not really his fault. He's hanging out way too much with Twilight, which is the problem why he's panicking about all the negative possibilities when he could have looked at the positives to it, where it's like, okay, look, how about I take these two and actually bring them together and see what happens? Maybe we could resolve this by like saying like, hey, you know what? You know, these races are changelings and this is a dragon, and basically we could see if they could somehow get along by just talking with each other and just working it out. And it turns out that they actually did that without Spike. So guess what, Spike? You fucked up. Badly. Congratulations. So anyways, because of that, so it's because that Thorax actually got mad, at Spike, pretty much, and so did Amber, because they can't, because they have every right to be mad, because obviously he broke their trust as their friend, saying like, look, you could have just been honest and just, actually tell us that, look, who cares if you invite us both on the same day? It's important for us to actually meet and actually reunite and actually make more friends and try to keep the world at peace, rather than just like thinking like, oh, everywhere we go we meet each other, it's just war. It's like, no. I mean, for God's sakes, we're doing that in real life right now. Do we really need to be dealing with this in MLP? I don't think so. That again, though, in MLP would be kind of different. Can you imagine seeing a war fight between changelings and dragons? That would be pretty damn epic, I'm not gonna lie. But also the fact, here's another thing though. But we had that little fight moment between Thorax and Amber. And by the way, Amber, best dragon girl in the series. Love Amber. Amber, toughest female in the series. Muscle through, baby. Muscle through. Now, it was kind of funny, though. I really thought they were actually going to have that little meeting that Starlight did and Amber did in Twilight's little fantasy. Like, Starlight! Amber! And it's like, I really thought they were going to do that. I was like, oh, damn it. That would have been the perfect moment. But, although we did get this little one moment of a future ship maybe happening with Amber and Starlight, where Starlight's like, I really like her. And then she's like smiling in this weird way, and I'm like, oh, wow. No, you got Trixie. No, I like Trixie and Starlight better. I can't really see Starlight and Amber. I don't know, maybe. But I'm more of a Starlight and Trixie at best, though. Even though I'm not like the craziest shipper, I would pretty much ship those two because they sound like a lot better. But anyways, though, moving on from that, though. So we did have some really cool, funny moments in this, though. And it was really cool that Lyra and Bonbon did actually get some lines in this episode, which were actually really cool. So, pretty nice cameo to them. I will say this, though. When it comes to really messed up scenes, you don't screw with Derpy's muffin. You don't do that. You don't slap Derpy's muffin out because you don't know anything. I mean, I understand... That moment is when probably the Derpy fandom, or well, at least the fans of Derpy, would probably basically be like, I would have killed this bitch. Like, straight up, they would have killed her now. It's like, every reaction is probably like, yo, they just want to just beat the living shit out of Amber because of everything that basically happened when it comes to the, to what she did to Derpy. And I feel so bad for her. And I'm like, oh god, like, no. Wrong place, wrong time. Amber, stupidity at its finest. Stupidity at its finest. But regardless, though, what I did like, though, is how Thorax and Amber did get along quite well in character development-wise. How Amber pretty much told Thorax how to be more assertive, while Thorax pretty much told Amber how to express her feelings without being so, you know, tough and determined. Like, you know what I mean? Like, basically, like, more... you know, fearful of, like, yeah, I'm the ultimate dragon warlord, bow down to me, and shit like that. It's like, you know, people are going to be terrified for that. They're like, no, we want a leader that's more calm, more suitable, and actually, you know, yeah, you might be a tough leader, but you can't just be going around just, like, you know, just blasting rocks and just showing off. That's not really what being a leader is all about. So, this whole competitive side of her kind of reminds me of Rainbow Dash, but kind of more scarier, though. Rainbow Dash is at least more tolerable, and even her herself, especially from last episode, understands that fact, which gives her her flaws. However, though, when it comes to Amber's case, not so much. But still, Amber, muscle through, baby. Muscle through. Yeah. Anyways, so when it comes to the... one more thing I really liked about this episode was the foreshadowing we got. For future episodes that are going to happen, I think it's like maybe 2 or 3 more episodes ahead. I don't remember exactly the number, but there is going to be an episode down the line about Thorax's brother. And they did foreshadow not only that, but the second thing that I found really interesting, and I guess kind of a little hyped, was the fact that now it's been confirmed there are rogue changelings still roaming around. There are rogue changelings that are still the ways of actually feeding off love. So not all of them have been redeemed, not all of them have seen the light from Thorax. Some of them are still on that renegade crusade of theirs. So we still got more of those, which is actually quite interesting. And maybe we'll get to see most of that probably later in this season as well. So that's pretty much it. I'm done. Overall, I give the episode a solid 4 out of 5. For a Spike episode, it was very good. Solid to a good episode. A few negatives here and there. But other than that, it was very good. I was glad to see Amber, once again, finally, after like 1 episode we saw her from Season 6. Well, you don't really count too much of the fantasy thing. I'm talking about like an actual plot for the episode. So Amber just being there, not no fantasy and actual reality, being there was really awesome to see. I'm glad we got the return of Amber. Really love her a lot. One of the best characters in Season 6 that we got. Really great of her to return. Thorax as well, even though I still need to get used to his childlike personality, which I kind of get. He is a bit too soft. I mean, he is kind of adorable at some cases, but other than that, I really hope he does become a leader that basically, you know, is more assertive and actually does get a little more tougher on his subjects. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 7, Episode 15. Next week, though, is going to be really interesting. I'm really excited for this one, for Campfire Tales. Because from what I heard, that one's supposed to be based on certain things of, like, the Legends of Friendship, I believe. Or Friends Forever, or something like that. I know it's one of the comics, I think, it's supposed to be based on. So I am actually really looking forward to that. So let me know your thoughts about that, and I will see you guys next week for episode 16. And, of course, like I always do, don't forget to click notification squad boys bell, to click that notification squad bell to get all my video updates from whenever a new video pops up. They'll be up there. Also, don't forget to follow my social media plugins, and also don't forget my gamer tags as well, especially my Twitter, because that's updates as well. So peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. Manga fans, keep supporting What You Read and What You Watch, and Brody's, Bro Who, Brony on. See you guys for the next one.